complaint about my water sermons already. This morning, Bruce says the Sunfish Lake is overflowing its banks after yesterday's rainfall, and so no more water sermons, but we have to continue on here with the river just a little bit. Over the last 2 weeks, we've had very biblical and theological sermons about David hiding out at the springs in Engedi, and then about Ezekiel walking down by the shores of the Dead Sea. So this morning we'll go away from a biblically based sermon to just a little story about someone's life. And you will see in this story how this person was living next to that crystal stream that flows out of Eden or flows from the throne of God and brings life wherever it goes. First of all, I want you all to have a look at the perfect Presbyterian checklist. Now, I'm always amazed when Presbyterians see something like this that calls them to task. They get very, very serious. I don't even know how this got out before Sunday, but I've already had a rash of phone calls and very concerned people because they weren't scoring very well. Somebody has said already, just this morning, they said, with respect to item number 1, my house has yellow siding. So what I want to say is that this checklist is somewhat of a work in progress. And please go ahead and you can make adjustments to it to some degree as long as the things for which you're giving yourself points somehow match up. So, a yellow house or a pale blue house is good. Presbyterians don't have wild, extravagant colors. That's all we're saying. So that's okay. Somebody else said, with respect to the last item, the tuna casserole, they said, I can make a tuna casserole in an hour, but I have no intention of doing so. Does it count if you can do it, but you're not? No, that's not, no points if you are able. And someone else has already said, Mark, this list is heavily weighted towards women because of the whole thing with the squares and the sandwiches and the sweet bread and the WMS and the WA. And I take that criticism seriously. I think you're right. And we need to put in some things that are masculine things so there is an equivalent there. The reason why it's weighted towards women is the fact that this isn't just an arbitrary list. I have actually met the perfect Presbyterian. And I have built this list up around their life, assuming that if we can emulate all the things that this person has done, we will be perfect Presbyterians. And we'll go straight to Presbyterian heaven. Whatever that is, I don't know. This was a woman, I met her when she was around 75 years old, and she had dedicated her entire life to the church. For her, the church was absolutely everything. And she lived in the little white-sided house, a very modest house. She told me every time I saw her that she had been baptized when she was only 5 days old. You'll see I've given you 2 extra days here. Is there anyone here, show of hands, anyone who knows that they were baptized before they were 1 week old? There. Okay, nothing there. What about the next one? How many of you have saved your baptismal gown? Okay, you have. Well, we got some of those. Okay, and this woman whose name was Pearl loved to show me her baptismal gown. She had saved it for 75 years, and she absolutely loved it. 2 points for every decade in the choir. Pearl had been singing in the church choir, starting with the junior choir at the age of 5. So she had 7 decades in with the choir. In fact, she had been singing in the choir for so long that during my ministry, we renovated the church and we changed the choir seats, and Pearl said she could never be comfortable again because over 70 years her bum had worn a space in her choir seat. You can always keep working on that. She had been in the WMS and the WA for her whole life. Next item, 2 points for every decade if you have not missed a Sunday. If Pearl ever had to go away, she would find the nearest Presbyterian church, and at the end of the service, she would take her bulletin and she would make the minister sign it.